Alright, so we're gonna take the suicide prevention thing in there. And we're gonna go over how going overboard with scripting doesn't help. Now, why is it that the guidelines for helping someone are somehow different on this little card than they are in most places, including the mandated reporter training and stuff? Am I gonna get that on my back? Holy shit. No, I'm not. Fuck. Alright, I gotta do it with the other arm. Wish me luck. The fact is, I feel unsafe here because I'm talked over. Yes, ma'am. Alright, I guess I'll go over the suicide prevention stuff with you guys while we wait. We're gonna break this little sheet down into the problem that really is. Alright, this is the one they hand out over here. It says suicide warning signs. It says withdrawal from family and friends. Most of the time, they're not withdrawing from family and friends, they're withdrawing from abuse. That includes neglect. Eventually, when you realize your friends and family don't care, you stop going back to them. When you get harmed or hurt or injured and they just want to talk over you, when you say, hey, my friends aren't being supportive by listening, and they want to interrupt you to tell you that they're your friend, that is so horrible. Like, hey, could you just listen instead? See, the conversation tips, there's only one conversation tip that should be on here. Listen. See, here's the important thing to note. If the victim is willing to speak and capable of speaking, that is the keynote right there. What they're able to say is very fragile. It is very fragile. And you're going to confuse the whole situation if you want to ask clarifying questions. It's not time to ask questions yet. When somebody's in a state of crisis and you ask them a question, it may take them 2 or 3 seconds. If they're autistic, it may take up to a minute. You have to allow them that time. I know that you are impatient, and I know that you tell us to be patient, but that is horrible advice. That's like telling somebody, well, you need to calm down. No, I don't. I need you to be quiet and listen. It's so horrible to try to get people to listen when they're gonna try to cut off everything that you're saying. They've got a quick solution. They need to be quiet because you've already done those quick solutions. They all suggest it. Never talk over the victim, ever. If they're speaking, let them do so. If they're speaking, listen intently. This isn't like you're taking a math test, okay? It's not like you have to ask 3,000 questions about how the decimals go in there and 2,000 questions about how many decimal points out you want to go. It's hey, you need to listen to the story so that you know everything the person needs you to know. When it comes to this one right here, listen. This is on the conversation tips. The second one on the list is listen. It's actually a two-part. It's listen and believe. The problem is if you believe them and you've listened, then you can help them to turn it in. What I get is people telling me they believe me, and then they talk over me to tell me they're my friend. They're my friend. I don't need them to put me at ease and try to gain my trust. I don't trust anyone. I'm still pushing forward and trying to turn this evidence in. But it's this listening part right here. Yes, ma'am?
Do you remember me from yesterday?
I
I'm
do.
Shannon.
I absolutely do.
I'm really sorry you came all the way over here today though, because a lot of people left early for the weekend. And so there's nobody really here today, but we do have our seniors, and people with disabilities, right? We're here, and then there's a house, and then there's them, and they have, people in office today who might be.
Ma'am, you're the supervisor, right?
No, I just answer the phone and make appointments. That's all I do.
That sucks because yesterday was inappropriate, and so was the last time I was here. And the first time I came here, it was inappropriate too.
I can give you a form you can take with you if you want to make a complaint, and then I would be happy to fax it in.
Ma'am, that's the problem. I've got 10 million complaint forms. I don't have any help filling them out. I can't take care of myself. I'm in survival mode out there, and I'm scared and can't function. Instead of people taking advantage of that, I need them to listen. That's the most important part right here. Like every time that I tried to explain something yesterday, I needed her to listen to understand, not listen to interrupt. And she wanted to push the housing thing over and over. Yes, we can do the housing thing, but she needs the sheer volume of it. I brought my evidence in. I'm going to be stuck over the weekend. Like the thing is, who do I call? I call suicide hotline. If I call suicide hotline, they're going to push me to suicide.
Sir, I wish there was something more I could do today. Unfortunately, I don't have that information. Like I say, our seniors and people with disabilities right next door has people in office today.
Ma'am, I've already been over there. They did the same thing that happens here. I get talked over and told it's someone else's job or it's Friday and everybody left early. Ma'am, I have run around like a chicken with my head cut off for 6 years. All right, I'm trying to get heard, the listen part. Everybody who I go to, instead of them thinking there's just one problem and they can quick fix it in 5 minutes, I don't need them to quick fix it in 5 minutes. I need them to know what's going on before they suggest anything. And, talking over me the way that I have been and disrespected by everyone that I go to, I am abused for trying to get help and for being in a state crisis, blown off repeatedly every time I come here. Time somebody should have gotten a hold of the mandated reporters at the Adult Protective Services and gotten them here for my safety. Explained about housing, about how long it takes to turn in housing.
Then you don't feel like people are listening to you. I have to finish my work that I have over there. If there's anything at all I can do for you today, I would be happy to do it. And otherwise, I do have to get.
Nobody's responsible. They all want me to be held responsible for things I can't do. I don't get it. I don't.
That doesn't really help. Okay.
That's the thing. I'm trying to speak. You asked a question. I'm trying to speak. How good's your back?
Pardon?
Your back?
Not very.
All right, I gotta.
Do you need to sit there for a minute and did you pull something in your back?
Ma'am, please understand. I'm trying not to have a complete and total mental breakdown. Give me a second, please.
Okay.
What I was gonna say, when you asked me that question, just give me the time to answer it. It shouldn't have taken that long. Just give me a second. Please just sit down and do it. Yes, I was handed a pencil and a piece of paper. I wasn't allowed to sit down and write it. And instead of trying to push a bunch of other stuff on me, the goal that I came here in mind was to be heard, not be talked over. when you handed me the piece of paper and the pencil, I had hoped that I would be able to use the piece of paper and the pencil. But then we got to run around and do all of this other stuff. We don't need to run around and do all that other stuff. I needed someone to listen so they were aware of what was going on, so then we could effectively do something. But we can't effectively do something if she's just going to talk like that. It's not that I felt that way. The mandated reporter training here in this state teaches not to do exactly what it is that she was doing. That's why I record it. It shows why it is that coming to you guys scares victims. Like, this is very intimidating to come in repeatedly to the places we're supposed to, or sent to other places. Yep, paperwork. Everybody knows how to do paperwork, right? Everybody but me. I gotta figure out a way to get this thing out of here. See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No matter what, they're just going to leave me out here and ignore me and blow me off and disrespect me. And then the weekend comes and I have another panic attack and I'm still stuck out there with those same addicts and I still have nobody that's going to listen. Nobody's job to listen. It's nobody's job to listen. It's no one's job to listen. It's their job to be disrespectful. It's their job to talk over the victim. It's their job to make a big old mess of things. They need to shut the fuck up and listen. None of these people listen. They don't try to listen. When your friends and family don't listen either, you're screwed, because these people aren't going to listen unless your friends and family do. That's the thing about getting hurt. When you are being victimized, are currently being victimized, and yes, me being stuck in this situation, I am forced to live in places where it's illegal for anyone to live. You get to see how all the resources go to trying to get these fucking people to listen. Apparently, I have to walk my happy ass over to the Office of Aging and Disabilities for them to disrespect me. Talk over me. When somebody is trying to tell you something about their friends, don't interrupt them to tell them you're their friend. Don't do that. You're a fucking mental health worker. You're a caseworker with a Health and Human Services. I'm sent to all these other places where I'm supposed to go to try to go to Health and Human Services. I show you what it's like trying to get fucking heard. Blown around in circles. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Let me show you something, all right? You see that sign there? No overnight parking or camping at any time. Violators towed at owner's expense. Instead of giving me the paper and shoving me out the door, I don't have a safe place to do it. I don't have a safe place to do it. This sucks. Here always seem to have problems with getting a connection. No service animals. So I guess we go past that point to record evidence of them breaking the law. So that's a major issue. See, here's the thing, is that no matter where I go, I am denied my rights as a disabled person. They go out of their way to separate us from the ability to record them committing crimes against us. As mandated reporters here, I'm being sent back to mandated reporters I've been to before. So, what should I do about this situation? I mean, I can't very well record it live for my safety, and if I don't record it live, then they could throw a tantrum and get irate and do something harmful to me. Hello.
Hello.
So for my safety, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to keep myself safe from being taken advantage of again? Being talked over and talked around and not heard. Everything except heard. I don't get to speak a sentence without somebody interrupting me to go out of their way to not hear anything more. I mean, literally all of the people that I'm supposed to go to. I've got this place here recorded. I've got the Department of Health and Human Services recorded. I've got all the police reporters that are ignoring the law, refusing to look at evidence, refusing to assist. This is the offices of the disabled, right? Northwest Senior and Disability Services. So, that's the thing, is that the places that I'm supposed to go to for my safety are going out of their way to do everything they can to prevent my safety, to prevent me from recording for my safety. As an at-risk and disabled adult, when I go to mandated reporters, there's nothing to stop them from breaking the law and not doing their job as mandated reporters and sending us on a wild goose chase. This is what's put me at risk this entire time. Natalie Bollinger got shot in the head in Colorado. Now, I can't explain this because they start arguing immediately about jurisdiction. Hey, jurisdiction aside here. Listen to the reason that the person's being harmed. Listen to the harm that they're having to endure locally while you're sending them on services. Listen to how much they have to try to live on for a month. And then look at all of these services that you've sent them to and all of the time that they've spent going to these services. And how many times you have not allowed them a place to sit down safely and make a report. You forced me to make these phone calls in public at Fred Meyer's and Starbucks. Try to make me do them at Denny's, or I got to try to do all this from inside my car. Literally years I've been recording people abusing me. Literally recording the abuse on YouTube, on Facebook, speaking up about it, taking screenshots. But how do I get somebody to listen? The evidence that I've written it down hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I mean, my car is right here. We'll take a look at it. This is where I'm being sent. They said right next door. What's right next door? Northwest Senior and Disability Services. I was here 6 months ago. They sent me on the runaround too. That's the thing, is that as an at-risk adult, they're blowing off my disabilities, ignoring me and sending me to other places who are ignoring my disabilities. Even if they talk nice, they're still talking. They're not hearing you. They're not hearing you if they're talking. They're showing you they don't care about you if they're talking. That is literally how it is. When you're trying to get help stopping abuse that you are enduring, that includes financial abuse. Well, something needs to be done. Miss Scudder went in there once with me. These people do nothing. They do nothing. See, that's the thing, is that these issues that I'm having are important. Instead of blowing me off and saying it's not their problem. Ignoring all of the risk factors so that you can ignore the abuse is not okay. I do have reason to believe that if I go in there for help, they are going to commit another crime. So I do have to record. I'm just not allowed to audio record, or not allowed to video record. Past that pretty light, so we won't. Unfortunately, that makes it difficult to identify people later on.
I'll be with you in just one moment, okay? I'm just finishing up a phone call. I'll be right up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sorry about that. How can I help you?
Well, I need to, ma'am, I'm disabled. My disabilities have been exploited for my entire life. And the services that I have to go to alone, and I'm treated atrociously. I'm autistic. Rather than understanding what that actually means, I end up getting talked over. I do have a lot of the same training that you guys do, and I understand that when I make accusations of abuse, that they're supposed to be taken seriously, and they're supposed to be taken seriously immediately. Tides of Change did not respect my boundaries. They aren't mandated reporters. The fact that I was sent to them and to many other places is inappropriate. I have Asperger's, and I have Tourette syndrome. I am prone to being abused. When I am afraid, I'm even more prone to being abused. When I try to assert what I'm supposed to self, what's the word? I'm denied my rights entirely every time. I've got hundreds and hundreds of recordings of that. I've been taking abuse nonstop for the last 6 years. I've had to rely on drug dealers and drug addicts and alcoholics. I'm stuck out on the streets because of things that I didn't do.
Well, how can I help you? What are you in here for today?
I'm in here because the lady who's at the Health and Human Services, they've been blowing me off for 6 months too, sent me over here today because everybody over there is sent home for the day.
So this is an unfortunate situation because our APS worker that's here, that works here, who's wonderful, is not here today. So if I can certainly take down your information and give it to her, but she's not here. If that's what you were wanting, if you were needing to speak to her. But she's always here, but she just happens to not be here today, so I'm sorry about that.
I was assaulted at the hospital on January 28th, and I've been around in circles on that. I'm gonna put those buttons on my shirt so everyone can see them.
Sure, yeah.
I have one from a while ago.
Would you like me to get your name and give it to her so that she can contact you when she's back in the office?
Ma'am, I came here as an emergency service.
Yeah,
6
we don't
months
do
ago.
emergency services though.
That's the thing about
We just don't.
mandated reporters and me being an at-risk adult.
But
I'm not.
I could contact emergency services for you if you would like me to, but we don't do emergency services.
Ma'am, when the victim needs to speak, it's important to let them speak.
I am listening.
You interrupted everything that I've said, finished my sentences for me. Basically, you've made me feel completely disrespected and afraid. I'm afraid to speak now.
I did not mean to make you feel that way. That's never, ever anything that I would want to do. That's not my personality. I'm sorry if that made you feel that way.
That's one of the things about trying to self-advocate. It's never gonna happen if I never even get to speak. I'm not trying to be rude. Instead of asking me where I've been, understand that I was just trying to tell you that already. I've been everywhere. I've called everybody. My rights are being just completely walked over and ignored at every step and every level. Instead of people working together, they're sending me to other places. All of these places have mandated reporters. I'm supposed to tell the mandated about the abuse. They're supposed to get a hold of APS and they're supposed to coordinate to get me safe and my evidence safe, and that has not happened.
I will do that for you. I will report it for you. 100%.
Well,
I just need to know your name and I can make the phone call for you. And
I need to.
here, let me give you a pad of paper here.
Thank you, ma'am. Can I sit in here and write
Of
it?
course, yes. You let me know your information and I will make sure that they get contacted, okay? There you go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I just ate it, thank you. I already went. there's a couple there.
Well, man, the problem is that I got nerve damage. I can't just write it, but I am trying. The thing is to make an oral report, and that's nearly impossible. I've been harmed by every service here because I've gone to all the mandated reporters I'm supposed to, and I've been sent in a circle. That includes this place here. This is the 4th or 5th time I've been here.
Excuse me.
I collect all the flyers and all the paperwork, and I run around all the places that I'm told that are supposed to help, and none of them do.
Yeah.
I gotta write everything down on paper, and then I gotta try to hope that whoever I get to turns it in right away like they're supposed to, instead
I'm
of
certainly going to.
sending me back to Tillamook Family Counseling.
Yeah, I'll take care of it for you.
So I swear to God, I already hear okay, so what happened was I got my phone the other day.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so I was again, right?
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, there's a promotion going on, we want to start today, if you add your phone line to your plan, you get phone free. Really cool, that's what half the cost, right?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Come find out.
I went in there, I tried to talk to her, she interrupted me over and over and over again. I tried telling her how disrespectful it was and how it was scaring me. She wanted me to go sit in the corner, and then, of course, no matter what I say, she's gonna interrupt me to take it personal. And her friend, her coworker, are in there, they're just talking, yakking away, and fucking, holy shit, no, I can't get anything done. She's not listening to me. If I open my mouth, she shows me that she's not going to listen by disrespecting me and talking over me. No matter what happens, I open my mouth and she gets disrespectful. See, that's the thing, is that she doesn't listen. None of them listen. All right, so I've got both the recording devices recorded. I would like both of your names so that I can turn in the specific names of the people that disrespected me so.
Give me a minute here.
Now, here's the thing, with them wanting to have conversations at work, personal conversations, because listening to the victim isn't important, blowing them off and having to sleep.
Just give that to me.
I mean, here's the thing, is that I'm being sent around in circles. What am I supposed to do, you know? This is what I gotta deal with when I have to go in by myself. Self-advocacy doesn't work. It doesn't work. Calling 911 doesn't work. For these people to be so completely condescending, I mean, it's not safe for me to come here. And see, that's the point, that the people next door would have heard if they would have fucking shut up too. You go back through my recordings, yeah, I absolutely fucking said it. Fuck. Meanwhile, I took this phone in there with me. Fucking, for what good it did me. See, that's the thing is these people, they have to listen. They pretend like what I have to say doesn't matter. That lady's personal phone stuff and her husband and every other goddamn thing. They're not working, they're fucking hanging out. When they know they're being recorded, well, then they're gonna pretend, aren't they? They don't stop to listen. None of them do. They blow me off and blow me off, disrespecting me and showing that they don't care about my disabilities. They're going to exploit them. So we got these two people's names. I'm fucking done with your goddamn sorries for you to do it again. Like this lady wanted to apologize for being disrespectful because she got fucking busted, and she immediately did it again. No, it's fucking hell no. These people are fucking disrespectful and rude to the fucking victims. They fucking dismiss you and blow you up and send you in circles until you get frustrated, and then you're a bad guy and they go, oh, we're afraid! Here's the other one, Nicole Mosley. I went in there and I tried to explain it. She talked over me like 6 or 7 fucking times. Like, no matter what, you're not gonna fucking listen. You're gonna disrespect me and talk over me and get defensive. No, I am trying to turn in crimes against me. I'm going to a place that is supposed to help who? Northwest Senior and Disability Service. They don't even know what my disabilities are. They're too busy fucking talking over me. Fucking Christ. Like, who the fuck do I call? Nobody fucking cares. You know what it takes to stop this abuse? One person who actually cares. On the bright side, I got some free fucking buttons. Fuck tides have changed. They're all pieces of shit. All of you are fucking pieces of shit. That's the thing about making me go in alone. These people are going to disrespect me. They don't care what my disabilities are. What they care about is denying me my rights as a fucking disabled person. But yeah, I've got people to call me on harassing numbers while these people are being disrespectful. Like fucking Christ. Nobody cares. That magically makes it okay to harm me. It's not okay to harm me. See, that's the thing. All of you make it about you. My dad, even while claiming that he was finally going to help me, didn't give a fuck what I was going through. I'm like, hey, Dad, fucking call me. if you weren't so busy focusing on you, talking about you, typing about you, instead of fucking listening. To tell me, yeah, here's a piece of paper. You can sit down over there. So I sat down, started filling it out. Although she couldn't listen to me without talking over me. When her friend come out and wanted to start yakking nonstop about her own personal bullshit, had nothing to do with the office work. And you see here how with these people being that disrespectful, I gotta leave there for my safety. Because I have to worry that they will try pretending I'm some sort of a bad person for fucking defending myself and trying to get help. And she does the same thing as everyone else. I'm here for how many times? Week after week after week, I spend all of my energy on me because it's just me. No matter what, we're not going to get far enough for me to fucking explain what's going on. She gave me a little dinky piece of paper. I wrote it down. I did explain that it hurts my hand to write it down. She did offer me a bigger piece of paper. That would have been nice too. The problem is that she was showing me outright that she didn't care what I said. She didn't care. She doesn't care that I'm being fucking harassed. She wouldn't hear it. None of them hear me when I'm speaking plain and simple English. Hey, stop trying to pawn me off on someone else. Shut up and listen. I need some peace and fucking quiet. If you're not going to listen to me, the least you can do is shut up. Fucking Christ. This place is extremely accessibility services. Go there, go there, go there, go there. I gotta find a place where someone's gonna shut up and listen. That's the problem with having to go to a place that has already victimized me. I already know what to expect. Why am I going in alone? How many restricted calls has this been just in this call? Just in this video? See, that's the thing. They're taking our money to do this. Our money. Ours. I just gotta hope the parts where it was fucking splotchy, something came through. Might as well roll me a cigarette. I fucking ain't safe to drive right now. For them to make me feel this small. Instead of listening to me, she wants to talk over me and tell me to go to TFCC. Have you tried to shut the fuck up? Fucking Christ! Like, they literally put our lives at risk by doing this. You see, restricted call after restricted call. I got to turn in abuse in real life and online and on my telephone. And you wonder why it is that I'm pissed. You wonder why it is that I give out other people's phone numbers. Don't scam me. Do not scam me. I find missing people. I help disabled people. You guys victimize the shit out of me. And so do all these services. That woman would not have been so fucking disrespectful if someone had gone in with me. Those of you who want to be pissed off, guess what? Prime examples. Perfect examples. Everywhere I go, fucking blown off. What I got to say doesn't matter. Self-advocacy doesn't mean shit because they're just going to talk over the victim and treat him like a fucking retard. At least that lady yesterday was talking nice. This lady was talking very rude and very disrespectful. So, what's going on about the abuse? Nothing. The whole time I've been here, they've known I'm disabled. They've known I'm in fucking town. be understandable if it was office work. When this lady completely disrespected me by fucking talking over me, not allowing me to get more than a fucking sentence out. It's just like this asshole calling from a restricted number. It's the same exact goddamn thing. Meanwhile, they're making no effort to fucking collect evidence. They're making zero effort to hear me. No matter what I say, there's some quick fucking interruption that they're gonna speak over me. That's why self-advocacy does not fucking work. Do not send us to these places. Go with us. You know, if those ladies in there, after completely disrespecting me and talking over me and fucking literally going out of her way not to hear anything I had to say, she wanted to with me off the corner. I went and sat down in the chair to write it down. And of course, what'd she do? She started having a conversation with her coworker, very loud by the way, about their personal business. These people showed me they have zero respect for me whatsoever. Now, hopefully, it recorded most of what they said in there. Please sit down and listen to it. Meanwhile, I'm in an unsafe situation. At least they got me their cards. Let's make sure I read the cards of the people who are ignoring me, talking over me, dismissing me. They just wanted me to fucking leave. Yes, I tried to push my rights. Hey, these are my rights. These are my rights. She's just busy talking. Just busy fucking talking over me. That doesn't help anyone. It is inappropriate for this lady to make it about her. When I walked up to the counter to say, hey, this is inappropriate. It's inappropriate. You won't listen to me, but you will listen to your coworker talk about her personal stuff. This is unprofessional. I said, you won't listen to me, but you give me a piece of paper and stuff me in a corner and talk about your personal stuff with your coworker. What'd she say? I didn't make you go sit in the corner. I didn't make you go sit in the chair. And she wanted to go off on it because she was fucking offended. She was offended that I would say something about her not doing her job, refusing to do her job, making it about her, talking over me, sending me to the places I'm trying to turn in. Here I am in the senior disabilities office parking lot, getting restricted phone call after restricted phone call. Just like yesterday. Yesterday was the Department of Health and Human Services. Today, in the Department of Health and Human Services again, restricted call after restricted call. More harassing fucking numbers. Before Natalie died. Sorry, it was probably after she died. When I was talking to those detectives in Natalie's case. I tried to show them what those people were putting me through. I tried to show them. Lucky for me, that's a murder case. They can't destroy any of that evidence. They're not allowed. And as Miss Priestley, if her words on my YouTube channel are true, then she did write a report. She did write a police report. She did tell them how to get the best information out of me possible. And the first thing they did is go in there and fuck that up immediately. But they got away with it because it was just me. Miss Peaches was never in the room with me. She'd never bothered to find out what was going on because she was too busy telling me what to do, what to think, what to feel. Here I am getting harassed. This isn't just harassment on the internet. It's harassment in real life. I am stuck in this situation. Stuck in this trash heap. Stuck with my disabilities that they don't want to hear about. Instead of talking over me, understand how my disabilities affect me. How these abusers affect me. Any one of you who want to pretend that I'm some sort of a horrible person for putting your number up after you scammed me, you keep in mind you're not dealing with this. But when this kind of abuse happens to an at-risk adult, and then we're neglected by the services we're supposed to go to because they want to make it hangout time with their girlfriends. Sorry, lady friends. I'm not worth hearing. Only what she has to say matters. And then it's time for her to go off and hang out with a friend again. How many times have I declined calls? Just in this call, or just in this video. When I tried to explain to them what my grievances were, they did the opposite of what they did yesterday. See, that's why there's a difference between recording it and telling them about it. Yeah, they'll still do the same stuff, but they'll be nice about it. Try to talk over you like you're retarded, talk down to you like you're an idiot. She made these claims and she turned all these things in. Prove it. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? She's supposed to do it with me. With me. How many calls is that? So I'm literally having crimes committed against me while I'm in a parking lot of mandated reporters, and I can't turn it in because I have to be afraid those mandated reporters are going to talk over me. These places are not inclusive of people with post-traumatic stress disorder. They're not inclusive. They make the victim feel like they're this small. No matter what, she just wasn't going to shut the fuck up. Why have we taught women to disrespect men in such a fashion? Zaid Flowers typed, peace is after war. Yo, don't do it. Don't do what, dude? Fucking stop trolling. Zaid Flowers once typed violent shit. I'm not interested in violent shit. I'm trying to stop violent shit. No, I'm not interested in fucking backhanding anybody. They're not physically attacking me. I don't have to defend myself in such a way. All of you idiots jumping to violence first. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm trying to get help, and all you want to talk about doing is hurting them. No, I don't want them hurt. I want them to do their fucking jobs. Is that too fucking much to ask with our tax dollars? They're mandated reporters. It's the Office of, let me see, Northwest Senior and Disability Services. When a disabled, parking brake off. Their job is to help the disabled and the elderly, to get services to assist them. But one of those services they're supposed to perform is duties of a mandated reporter. When somebody is being abused and comes in and tells about abuse, they have to turn it in right away. I need a friend or family. Fucking crack of dawn. Suicidal. So they can lock you up and make a profit. That's how it always is when you have to go in alone without a friend or family. Now I'm trying to find my keys. Zaid Flowers typed, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't give a fuck about your sorries. And that's not to be rude. That's to say fuck pretty words. Don't type useless shit at me. Okay? That's not to be rude or inconsiderate. That's to try to be direct with you. If I'm direct, I'm treated like I'm some sort of a horrible person for being direct. You see, these phone calls still happen. I'm still trying to find my keys. I still have to be afraid. They treat you with complete and total disrespect. That's all right. Human beings have connection issues too. Where are my keys? Come on now. Yes, their name. They're all mandated reporters. All of them. How can they do a thing for taking advantage of their disabilities to prevent them from doing what it is that's needed to be done? Instead of blowing me off, talking over me, listen to me until we have a mental breakdown. And we gotta hope that our electronic devices work. We gotta hope that our vehicle works. We gotta hope that we have enough money to even go to these places. Look at how much of my money goes to charging up my phone and running around to these services. Look at how much of my time goes to running around to these services for them to tell me to do things I'm incapable of. Instead of taking advantage of my disabilities, they need to listen, not blow off the victim repeatedly. Now I know I have keys. Here they are. I found them finally. But the thing is, I shouldn't have to post this stuff on YouTube. I shouldn't have to record mandated reporters being disrespectful to victims, blowing them off, and then talking about their personal lives. I shouldn't have to deal with mandated reporters talking over me and disrespecting me and making me feel unsafe. It is their actions that make me feel unsafe because their actions are unprofessional. Unprofessional. Meanwhile, none of these people stop to listen to the victim. These people treat me like I am a retard. Oh, come on. Ugh. Trying to get this goddamn thing to work. It's not safe for me to drive now, but I pretty well have to. It's not safe for me to be here. It's not safe for me to try to turn in anything to mandated reporters because they're not going to do it. Well, at least there's one person in the Oregon Department of Human Services. Right now, I'm trying to report the Department of Health and Human Services to the Department of Health and Human Services, as well as turn in the Office of Aging and Disability for not doing their jobs as mandated reporters, for going out of their way to take advantage of people who are disabled, for blowing me off. What do you think I'm trying to turn them in for? See all the abuse that I'm enduring out on the streets. It's because I'm being abused as an at-risk adult. I'm easy to take advantage of. I'm in a state of crisis.
Hi, how can I help you?
I thought nobody was here today because they all went home because it was. Well, the people I was speaking to yesterday, I'm trying to turn in. That's kind of the point. That's what I told you earlier. So it's a good thing that I followed my intuition and came back here. I went to the Office of Aging and Disabilities. They were very disrespectful, very rude, very inconsiderate, as I knew they would be. I recorded it. I'm not okay with that. I'm not happy with it. And then they acted unprofessionally by shoving me off into a corner. Thank goodness I had with a piece of paper to write it down, and then her and her office mate wanted to stand there and talk about their personal lives very loudly. I'm autistic, okay? I need some peace and quiet. The thing is that I'm being entirely disrespected.
Let me ask you, are you on SNAP benefits?
Yes.
Okay, are you on medical benefits?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here for mandated reporter benefits. All of you are mandated reporters.
We don't provide mandated reporter benefits. The only thing we do here is medical and food.
Ma'am, all of you are mandated reporters. All of you. That means I tell you that a crime was committed. You're supposed to do something right away instead of talking over the victim and making them feel like they're nothing.
Okay. We are not able to assist you in that. If you need to report something like, anytime that a law is broken, you need to take that to law enforcement.
I have attended me and you were staring a lot of people. I've got hundreds of recordings of it.
There's nothing here that we can assist with, unfortunately. You can probably go next.
You see, they're mandated to report immediately. They're not doing something ever. They're sending me to other services, and each of these services are taking advantage of us. Yes, I have Medicare, and yes, I have Medicaid. CC is supposed to help me with this. They don't do their jobs either. What do? They send you up for therapy 30 days away, and they probably won't even show up. Like, I've been in this town for 6 months being abused by all of these services as well as street people. The lady that I spoke with yesterday, I need to be able to turn in. I spoke with her just a few days prior to that, and I got to turn in that situation too. The fact that obviously what I have to say doesn't matter. My disabilities don't matter at all. So why am I being sent to these places only to get blown off? Why am I being sent to these places for them to send me to somewhere else? See, this is what they do. They blow you off and let people do whatever they want to you. And then you're supposed to apparently turn them into themselves, and you try to do that, and of course, they're just going to talk over you to protect themselves and their coworkers. They don't care about the law. So, I mean, what am I supposed to do? They've sent me around in circles for 6 months. They're doing the same thing. I have no reason to believe that any of these people are ever going to lift a finger to actually report this.
Sir, do you mind if I ask you to go ahead and take that outside for me, please? If you're gonna do any recording or anything like that, just go ahead and take it outside.
Ma'am, I have the right to record it in here. You just committed felonies again.
Okay, thank you.
See, that's the thing, is disrespecting the victim, talking over the victim, not allowing the victim to speak. Telling the victim, well, that right there is an intimidation tactic. Intimidation tactic. I'm not allowed to speak. I'm not allowed to speak. I'm not allowed to speak. You want to talk about how you're voiceless? No, 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 no. You're not. All of these places are ignoring the safety issues here. These places are supposed to work together. Obviously, they're not going to. See, this is seriously my life. I spent all of my resources trying to keep all of this stuff to do what they asked me to do. All of my disability goes to being taken advantage of. Being taken advantage of. All right, I gotta go in and find out that lady's name so I can turn her in too. Hello, I'd like to get a card for the lady that I just spoke with, as well as the two ladies that I spoke with yesterday.
We have our cards. I don't have like a, see, this is our cards. They don't have a name on them.
Oops. Let me see. Yep.
Well, I need to be able to turn you guys in.
You just say the receptionist at DHS. That's us.
The lady that
My
I
name is
spoke,
right
the
here.
lady that I spoke with yesterday, her name isn't receptionist at DHS.
Well, no, but this is my name right here. I don't have
Yes,
a card
ma'am.
with it on there, though. I'm sorry.
I do need to know their names so I can turn them in.
Okay, well, you spoke with me yesterday,
Yes, ma'am.
and my name is Shannon, as you can see.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to drop that.
Oh, you're just fine. You got something to write with?
I do now.
And then you spoke with Lexi yesterday.
Lexi? That's strange because the name that I have written down is a different one, and I listened to the recording and it's a different one too.
That's who you and I sat down and talked with yesterday.
Yeah, I'm aware. That's one of the things that when we were talking yesterday and she gave her name to the people that were on the phone for half a second, she gave the name Lexi, but the name that she gave me was different.
Is there anything else I can provide you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. The lady that I was just speaking with there, Debbie.
And if there's nothing further, I gotta get back to my paperwork, and I don't mean to be rude, I just gotta get it filed. That's my job.
I got what I needed. I just needed to know the names of the people that are recorded. That way, it's not just.
I understand.
Now, see here, I'm trying to do the mandated reporter thing, and it's obviously not going to happen. They're too busy to do their jobs. They're too busy to do their jobs now. See, I'm not going to get to speak. I'm not going to get to tell them about any of the stuff that's going on. They're just going to blow me off and tell me to go to places I've already been. Again, this is how they prevent the victims from being heard, talking over us repeatedly. All right, that's not working too good. So I got the names of these people. Of course, I only have the first name, and how does that make it easy to turn them in? It doesn't. They intentionally don't give that. When I go to the cops and I say, oh, well, it was this one, and this one, don't they have last names? But the thing is also, if I push it, it get worse. They'll start playing like I'm trying to hurt them and shit. And see, I haven't even left the parking lot, and I already got restricted numbers calling me. These people don't fucking care. They don't care. This is why it all goes on the internet. If you don't care, and it is your job to care, I have to put it on the internet. So, what do I do? Huh? Obviously, I have to be afraid that I'm going to be blown off everywhere I go because I'm blown off everywhere I go. Hey, stop and listen. I know that you want to give a quick fucking fix, but find out what's going on first, all right? There's a lot going on, and while you're busy trying to shove housing, these people knew that obviously, when I tell them I'm trying to turn in the lady I spoke with yesterday, obviously the receptionist played fucking retarded. They're all mandated reporters, all of them. I have to turn in 6 years of mandated reporters not doing their jobs, and 6 years of abuse that I have gone through trying to get them to do their fucking jobs. 6 years of abuse from the public. 6 years. Of course, I gotta go in alone. How many of you are here to tell those people to speak up? None of you. 6 fucking years of this. Restricted call after restricted call. I'm trying to turn in a lot of abuse, a lot of threats against my life, a lot of harassment. And you know what? I would like to be able to turn it in instead of harassing people back. It's fucking horse shit. Let's find my other phone so that I can plug it in. Fuck it. There it goes. Now it's getting a charge. Jesus fucking goddamn Christos, right? Like, this is literally eating up every part of my life. Restricted call, restricted call, restricted call. So there's literally nobody in the office. They're going to leave me out here in an unsafe situation. No, not okay. I guess I'll have to go in for a number from the supervisor. You know, the last time I went in there, I recorded it just on my little clandestine audio recording device. It's one of the places I'm trying to turn in. Running around trying to turn them into themselves when I don't have a place to sit down and do this stuff in peace and quiet. You notice all those are women, and all of them were completely disrespectful, talking over me. I don't matter. They showed with their tone, with their words, with their body language. They did not care. What it came down to was intimidation. What it came down to is disrespect. What it came down to is that none of these people are held accountable for a goddamn thing that they do. They are supposed to help us, and instead they are victimizing us. So although I feel unsafe at these places, I get sent back to them over and over and over again. Be kind. Restricted calls here calling me. These are all spammers and scammers. I wonder how many of these restricted numbers there's been so far. I'm sure plenty. At least I got a cigarette, right? Let's hope it's not too late to go in. All right, it's 2:33, so it's not too late to go in. Let's just hope my phone doesn't overheat in the process. I do need to find my other telephone. All right, here it is. Supervisor. Ah, shit, this phone is almost fucking dead, so I have to charge it up. Christ. Use my battery, right? I guess I'll have to turn this off and then let it charge up and then try it again.